everybody. So this video is all about Friday, and Friday is all about glutes. So I want to introduce you to some new movements that are going to be focusing on your glutes. And to start with a warm-up, we're going to do Frankensteins. Frankensteins are basically going to be you kicking your leg up as high as you can to try and reach your hand, okay? So I like to alternate arms, but you certainly don't have to do that. You can keep the same arm up. Okay, and you're going to do those for 30 seconds, trying to keep your back as straight as possible. You don't really want to be doing this and stooping over, okay? Now 30 seconds of Frankensteins, and then you're going to move to butt kickers. And butt kickers are exactly what they sound like. You want to try your best to kick your own butt, okay? And that's for 30 seconds to complete the minute. And that's going to be a pretty good warm-up. Get your heart rate up. Alright, after that you're going to do a modified clamshell. Now, a lot of people don't really know about this exercise movement, so I really want to get you guys familiar with it, okay? Now for the modified clamshell, it's kind of like a fire hydrant where you kick out. However, you're going to be doing this lying down, okay? So you're going to lay down, have your knees bent, and then you're going to lift your leg up and then down. Up, down. Okay, now for this one, you're really going to feel it here in the center of your glute. That's where you should feel it. And I want you to do it for 30 seconds on each leg for each minute that you do it. After the modified clamshell, we're going to do something called a hip hinge. Now the hip hinge is going to be more for beginners, so if you aren't familiar with doing deadlifts or anything like that, I want you to start off with this movement, a hinge. Okay, I like to do this with a broomstick or something behind me just to help me keep my shoulders back straight when I do this. You don't have to do it, but this helps. So if you have one available, definitely utilize it. And you're going to basically just bend right at the hips. Okay? You don't want to curl your back. I don't want you doing this. I want you nice and straight. Straight down. Up. Hinge. So you can't. And then back up. You will feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Let it stretch you down. And then when you come up, squeeze with your glutes. Remember, you want to utilize glutes. This is what Friday is all about, okay? After the hip hinge, if you guys are a little bit more advanced, you can do the straight leg deadlift, which I'll demonstrate with these light weights. Is basically straight down, keeping your weight close to your legs. It's just like a hip hinge, but it adds the extra challenge of having a weight. Okay, so if the hip hinge becomes a little bit easy and you want to try that out with a light weight, go ahead and go for that. Or of course, if you're advanced and you've already been familiarized with deadlifts, certainly use that movement in your Friday glute setup, okay? Now the fourth movement is going to be sumo squats. For this, start out with body weight, guys. If this is something that you haven't done before, definitely just do it with a body weight, with your own weight. For here, you want to make sure that your toes are pointed outward, and they're a bit wider than your standard squat. So where you would normally have them about hip width, here you're going to have them a bit wider than that, toes pointed outward, and then squat nice and low as far as you can, and then back up. And when you come back up, always, always squeeze your glutes, okay? So I'll show you from the side. You're going down till you can't, till you feel that stretch, and then squeezing up. Okay? For 1 whole minute. And of course, you can always add a dumbbell to that movement if that becomes a bit easy. After that is the glute bridges to end out our glute day. And trust me, these are killer. If you add the right amount of weight, if you do these at the end of a very challenging workout, these are one of the best ways to get those glutes popping. So I really recommend not skipping out on these and on really making sure that you focus on them. So with the glute bridges, you start off lying flat on the ground. And most of you guys are familiar with this movement. So flat on the ground, feet about hip width, maybe a little bit wider. And then pushing up until your back is nice and straight up off the ground, and down. Up and down. And of course, a great way to challenge yourself with this movement and create more tension is to do it isolated or with a dumbbell right on your hips, giving you more weight, okay? So that's going to do it for Friday glutes. If you guys have any questions or need any type of modifications, please feel free to reach out to me as always. And feel free to like and subscribe to this video. Of course, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Miss Fortune. Or if not, hit me up on the 28-day challenge. Thanks, guys, and have a great week.